So the Xbox Game Showcase just happened today, and there's quite a bit that was shown, so there's quite a bit to talk about. Now, one thing I want to make clear before getting into this video is that I'm not going to get too in-depth with my thoughts on the infinite gameplay that was shown. I'm planning on making a separate video about everything that we've learned about Halo Infinite, as well as, again, what was shown today. So, if you really want an in-depth analysis of what I think, then I recommend waiting like 2 to 3 days for when I post the video about that. But for anyone who wants my general thoughts on the event overall, as well as a bit of Infinite mixed in, a little bit sprinkled in, then continue watching this video. But with that being said, let's just get into it. So the first thing that was shown, again, just sprinkling Infinite in real quick, I just want to mention it real quick. I think overall it looks good, and I'm just really happy to know that that $500 million budget is being put to absolutely amazing use. But Twitter's already roasted the fuck out of Infinite's graphics as is, so that's as far as I'm gonna go with the joke. Twitter's already done the fucking job for me. Or just anyone, really, because Twitter's Twitter, as we all know. So that's all I'll say for it right now. But moving on. State of Decay 3. I'm not too interested in it because it's just a fucking zombies game series. Big deal. We have plenty of those. And really the only zombies game I'm too interested in, or at all interested in, is Dying Light 2, since the first one was so great. I don't know, maybe I should play the first two State of Decays and perhaps I'll become a fan, but they've just never interested me like that because of them looking like the pretty typical open world survival zombie game. But moving on. Forza Motorsport, big surprise there. Everwilds, I'm not all that interested. Tell me why. Now, for those that don't know, the guys that made this game, the developer behind this game, also made Life is Strange. I thought that both games were enjoyable experiences, regardless of the first game's very shit dialogue. So, if you're someone who's into that type of game, then this is perfect for you. And personally, I'm someone who loves narrative in games. I think that with quite a few videos on the channel, I've made that very obvious, like in the reviews, how I always bring up the story first. But, that's all there is to say about that, so I'll probably check it out. Ori 2 is gonna be 120 FPS on Series X. Listen, if you didn't play Ori and Will the Wisps, then I recommend playing it. I didn't review the game because I finally got around to playing it in April, but I thought it was great. Just like the first one, it was a fantastic and beautiful experience from start to finish. Play the Ori series if you have not. Both games are excellent. And since Ori 2 is going to be 120 FPS on top of also being a part of Game Pass, when the Series X comes out, if you're someone who's getting it, then I don't see an excuse to not try out the game. But moving on. So the next thing I want to talk about that's really got me excited is Outer Worlds Pearl on Gorgon, which is coming out September 9th. I love the Outer Worlds. When it came out last year, I downloaded it from Game Pass the moment that it released. And being the Fallout New Vegas fan that I am, in case you didn't notice the poster right there in every single video, being the fan of New Vegas that I am, I was really looking forward to the game. And it was great. It was easily one of my favorite games of last year. So, the fact that we're finally getting something of an expansion pack for it after all this time, just anything, is so nice to see. I was worried. I feel like a lot of people were worried that we weren't going to get anything more for the game, but I'm happy to see that most likely what happened is that Microsoft saw the success of Outer Worlds and decided to give Obsidian the proper budget they needed to fund the DLC, I assume. But that's just me talking out of my ass. Regardless, I'm happy to see that we're getting more of that game. Now, another game that was shown, Avowed, looked pretty interesting, but that's as much as I can say. As Dusk Falls, I forgot what that game looked like. You know what, let me look it up. Because I've already forgotten what the fuck that game is. Oh yeah, it's that other story game that was shown. Yeah, it just slipped my mind. Maybe it's because I'm fucked up right now, but yeah, I forgot that it was shown. Moving on, Hellblade 2. I'm disappointed that gameplay was not shown, because that's another game that I'm looking forward to. I finally got around to playing the first Hellblade earlier this year, and it was great. So, I'm excited for the sequel, and if you haven't played the first game, I highly recommend it. Great experience, and it's very unique. Definitely play it with headphones if you actually do play it, because when you play it with headphones as opposed to just regular speakers on your TV or monitor, then it's like, it invests you so much more. It's just one of those really immersive types of games, regardless of just how limited it may have been in budget, considering it was just a second-party game, I think. So the next thing that was shown was Destiny 2 is coming to Xbox Series X, just like a lot of older games are getting an enhanced edition for the console. It's also coming to Game Pass, which is fucking awesome. If you don't have Game Pass, I highly recommend it. I know that Microsoft did a pretty kick-ass job of promoting it at this event, but like, that's not just marketing talk. Like, it's genuinely a great service. Get it if you don't have it. Regardless if you're on PC or console, definitely get it. Anyways, it's also coming to mobile through xCloud, which, like, if they can actually make it run well, as in having minimal to no lag, then that's gonna be awesome. That's cool. That's cool of what's happening with Destiny 2. Stalker 2, it's cool that they showed that. I never played the first one. Maybe I'll play the first one someday before the sequel, hopefully. Maybe, I don't know. But it's cool to see that Stalker 2 exists. Another Warhammer game. I'm not into Warhammer either, so I can't be too excited. Although I did play a demo of one of the games once, I'm pretty sure. I think it was a Warhammer game that came out in like 2011, but that's all I remember. Excuse me. Tetris Effect is a launch title. At first I was thinking this was going to be like a port of Tetris 99, but I guess it's another version of the game. Okay. The Funk, that's another game I've completely forgotten about. Excuse me for a second. Okay, so it turns out I fucked up the spelling. It's not called the Funk, it's called the Gunk. I misspelled the Gunk as the Funk. Get it? Because both words rhyme? So funny, I know. Hilarious. Anyways, so this is the Gunk. Yeah, that's another game I forgot about, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, the Gunk, that's pretty cool. Moving on. The Medium was shown again. I think it was first revealed at the last Xbox event. So, Crossfire X, that's gonna be a thing. I'm actually pretty interested in that. Maybe it's because I'm a dude bro who likes first-person shooters, but I gotta be honest, I think it's pretty cool looking. There's gonna be over 100 titles at launch to play on the Xbox Series X, and I spelled Fable as Cable. I can't fucking spell anything today. Okay, let me respell it. There we go. So, Fable was shown. That series is back. I've never been interested in it, to be honest. It's just never been my cup of tea. But I feel very happy for the people, the fans, who have been waiting years for a new Fable, because it's been a while since there's been a Fable game. And the last one, I think it was called Fable Legends, ended up getting canned, along with another highly anticipated game that a lot of people, I'm sure, are still sad about, Scalebound. So, it's nice to see that Microsoft is actually listening to what the fans want, because, again, a new Fable game's been wanted for fucking years. The demand's been insane. So, you know, this was a really good way to end the show, in my opinion. Like, probably the best way they could have ended it, just with a banger, and just, you know, something people have wanted. But all in all, not bad, Microsoft. This is what the first show should have been, you know, the gameplay reveal, but you definitely redeemed yourselves with this show, and I'm definitely a bit more interested in what Microsoft has planned now because of this. So, that's it. That's all there was to say. That's the video. That's my thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, then make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for future content coming soon if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. But until then, I'm out. Later.